Okay, so quick review of Severna Park Golf Center. Severna Park is a little 9-hole driving range putt-putt center that's actually on Route 2, just north of Route 50. I guess it's in the center of Annapolis, and it's on Golf Now, and usually they charge actually a little, rather expensive for what it is. They charge $15 to $20 to play this 9-hole course, but they regularly have on Golf Now a hot deal at 1 o'clock for $6 and a hot deal at 2 o'clock for $6, except on Saturday and Sunday. So if you just want to get out and hit a few balls, or you want to work on your short game or something, it's nice for that. They have 9 par 3s, and they're all between 90 and 125 yards. There's essentially a sort of back corner facility, and it's not bad. The grass isn't the world's best koa grass, but it's sort of long crab grass. The greens are soft and a little slow, but they're still good to work on your short game, your sand game. I think they had one little sand trap there that wasn't maintained, but the rest were in good shape. And it's not like you have to come out there and play your own balls. There are enough driving range balls sitting around that you can play them. There's a shot over a lake to a green, basically par 3s. They're all par 3s, but if you want, you can hit across the full facility, the full 9 holes, and play longer shots. You can always hit that shot to the green from at least 3 or 4 of the holes on the course, and it does give you enough room to work on your whole game. You can drive from one side to the other, that kind of thing. I played it twice now, and the first time I had hours where I was the only one on the course, and I could pretty much hit any shot I want. And then you can always practice hitting over the net back to hitting the driving range balls back driving range facility, because there are going to be people that hit wild off to the left or long or something. And this gets me to another problem. One of the really nice holes for hitting sand shots and hitting approach shots is actually right behind the fence. And this time I had a problem with that, because there were at least two guys on the driving range who were just cranking balls out of the driving range. And now it is at least 200, 225 to the fence, okay, from the driving range tee boxes. And to clear that fence, you have to hit, at least according to the markers on the course, on the driving range, you have to hit some 275, 300 yard shots. But there was at least one guy there who was routinely crossing that fence and just really didn't give a shit that people were playing back there and playing that 9 holes, and was dropping balls right in the middle of the facility. And the middle of that part on the back is well past the green that's right behind the fence, and it was enough for a problem. I had to speak to some of the. Anyway, it's amazing how people can sit on a driving range and see that they're hitting the balls out of the driving range, which is annoying for one thing, because then the guy has to go out past the driving range to pick up the balls. But when you see that there's holes out there, you see that there's, people out there playing on those holes, and you're still cranking shots. I mean, that's where things got a little bit tense there, And it wasn't the first time that I've seen this. Lately, I was at another course, which I'm going to review soon enough as it is. And there's a driving range in front of the course, and the guy's out there with an iron, and works there too, which is the worst thing about it, with an iron, cranking shots over the fence, and people are walking by the front of the course and past the driving range, and balls are crashing down around them. I don't understand what it is about people who can be such self-centered assholes that they can just go and hit balls up on something. Not hardly the only time I've seen this happen, where people just say fuck it and just start hitting golf balls at someone else because they want to play golf that badly, they want to hit a golf shot that badly, you're just going to start, shelling somebody else ahead of you. It just doesn't make any sense. Where does this come from? And I think other than that, it was a nice little facility. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say that this is like the front side of Baltusol or whatever it is. It's just a little, 9-hole facility. But the cool thing about courses like this is it gives you a chance to work on your intermediate to short game. And once you hit your driver, that's really what your golf comes down to. And it was funny, the dichotomy between this douchebag who could hit 300 yards, 20 times. Okay, he'd park a shot 300 yards into a short field, but then he would never go play the short field. He was perfectly content to sit back there and hit driver all day long, and that's just like one shot out of 4 or 5. You can't play golf just by hitting a driver. If that's all you've got, you have no game. Now, if you don't respect people who are trying to work on their short game, that's another problem. But if you don't respect people who are playing out where you're hitting, that's a third problem. And I think it was funny how all this came out, on this facility the second time I went and played it. The first time I didn't have any problems at all with that. I mean, there were people hitting wild and pulling shots off to the left over the fence, but not someone purposefully cranking shots over the back of the fence, 275 yards over the back of the fence. So while I can recommend this facility, and certainly the putt-putt facility is actually pretty nice too, I will have to say you got to keep in mind that there might be some asshole that comes out there and bombs you while you're trying to play on this course. And in general, that's the problem. And you got to learn how to deal with that, because it's going to happen. At some point when you play golf, someone's going to hit on you, nonchalantly, negligently, if not on purpose. And probably at some point they will hit on you on purpose, because they just don't care. They really don't fucking care. You're going to run into some asshole when you're playing golf who's going to pull some shit like this. Anyway, that's Severna Park Golf Center in Arnold. I guess it's Arnold. It's Arnold or Annapolis, Maryland, off Route 2, maybe 2 miles north of Route 50 in Annapolis.